Alrighty, so we are moving on from our translations. We'll keep coming and bringing them back, right? That's where you're legitimately moving a shape. It's going to face the same direction, all that stuff. So reflections, as I said in the video before, was that mirror, right? If you look in a mirror at your face and you hold up your left hand in the mirror, it's going to look like your right hand or vice versa, okay? So we just want to kind of keep that in mind. We are going to focus on just the X and Y axis today, which is why I kind of reminded you with this review of what that is, right? The X axis is the left to right. The Y axis is that up and down. And then also kind of with the points and how those are, just again, to kind of help us out with that with review. So back to this original, we moved that fire pit. Now we are reflecting the grill. So notice how the grill is here, and we don't want to translate it, right? We don't want to just move it to the other side, because then I would be opening a grill the opposite way of the deck, right? Like that doesn't make sense in order for me to grill. I want to turn it around, right? To flip it, to reflect it. That way the front is still facing me. Okay? And so that is called the line of reflection. So the thing that it's over. So we're going to talk more about that line of reflection here in a little bit, but that's kind of the key piece of what today is. We're going to look at some examples. So notice how this shape is plotted for you. If you need to know the points, they're up there. So it says reflect it over the x-axis. So just for right now, right, I'm just going to remind you the x-axis is right here. And just like when we were doing our translations, we're going to use those boxes definitely to our advantage. So A has already been done for you. So notice how it's 1, 2 away from that orange dotted line. So then 1, 2 away is our new A prime. Then we do the same thing with every other point, right? I'll do E just because it's a little bit easier to see. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. That is my new E. Okay. So I'll pick a different color. So maybe we'll go to D next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to that orange line. So then I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 the opposite direction, right? Okay. And then we'll do the same thing with B. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should be creating the same exact shape, right? It's just being reflected. It's the opposite direction of where it was before. So then the last point, right, is that C. And some of you are probably like, well, Ms. Sherman, I mean, it's 1 away from D. It would be right there. And that's great. If you can do that, that is perfectly fine. If you're the person that needs to do all the counting, that's perfectly fine as well. And then we would connect the points. And like I said, it should look exactly as it did before. It just should be the opposite way. So I'm going to just highlight it. Right? So it looks exactly like that one does, just now it's kind of upside down. All right? So that's all we're doing. Then we're going to move on to what does that look like to actually write it.